So here we are in our first stop for Jellaba shopping. They've got a few down here, so I'm just going to have a look and see what they've got. So they've got this nice pink one here, but it's got these. I don't really like these kind of shiny things. This nice brown one here. But it's got a bit too much decoration on it for me. I like it a bit more simple. I like the colour and I like these gold bits on the edge here, but I'm not very keen on this. It looks like maybe a lot of them have got that same pattern. So they've got lots of different colours though, so black, grey, that nice pink that I just showed you. And this kind of, no, that's not a jellaba. And this purple one here. But I don't think we're going to find what we're looking for here. Not time for filming now, it's time for looking. It's coming another size. What do you think? It's not so funny the second time. So I've tried tried on a few jalabas here, a few different colours, some of the colours that were suggested to me. This seems to be the best. So I'm going to buy this one here. I've had a bit of an audience while I've been trying them on, and I think that everyone agrees that this is the best one. So we'll see if we can get something else somewhere else, but for now, my first new jellaba. So one down, one to go. Here we are in another shop. I'm just having a look at these. Not sure the colour's right, but the decoration definitely isn't me. So I think maybe we'll wait for another market day to find jellaba number 2, because I don't think that there's anything here. Maybe this colour, what do you think? But again, the decoration is too much. So if you have a look here, look. Very pretty, but too much for me. So we finished in the clothes section of the market now. I got one jellaba, one to go. I'm going to come back next week because then it will be almost Eid, and I think there might be a better choice and more like the new jellabas come out, new colours. So there's lots of lovely colours, but the sizes weren't right or the decoration wasn't right. So plenty to see, but only one to buy. So next week maybe more. We've come now to the fruit and vegetable part of the market, and you can see here these beautiful watermelons. So I think coming into season now, because we're starting to see them more and more. They're huge, green, and if you can see over here, look, there's one that's cut open so that you can see inside. Let's come round this way and have a look at that nice juicy watermelon. So we're going to buy a watermelon here, and this guy's just showing me how you choose one that's ripe and ready. So he's giving it a bit of a tap on the side there. Yeah, so you can hear they sound a little bit hollow. I think that's the point at which you would buy them. So we're going to get this weighed and then see how much it will cost. So we bought our lovely juicy watermelon, and we're going to take that home and have it later. As you know, I'm fasting, so I won't be eating it until later this evening. So here we are now in the fruit and veg part of the market. So you can see there is every kind of fruit and vegetable that you can imagine. You can see behind me here tomatoes, there's beetroot, there's onions, there's peppers, there's bananas, there's potatoes. So we're not shopping for fruit and vegetables today because we've already got a supply. We've just come to have a look and to show you what's on offer in the market. And as I say, it's just an amazing variety of different fruit and vegetables, and all the different colours and all the different stalls. You can see it's really, really busy here. Everyone's got a bowl in their hand or a bag of fruit or vegetables of some sort that they've bought in the market. And all of this stuff comes from small holdings sort of within Azalal. So whoever's grown this stuff has brought it here to sell it in the market. Have a look round. So you can see this stall has a lot of lovely herbs. There's mint here, of course, for mint tea. There's some coriander over there. And this guy's just popping a bunch together for somebody to buy. Not sure what that is, but some sort of herb. Some lovely lettuces here, some figs, and we've got peas down here. I think I told you before that it's the time of year for peas, so lemons there, chilies. Everyone's talking to me, I'm not sure what they're talking about, but anyway, the fruit and veg is beautiful. So look at these pumpkins here, or tagine for later. Everyone's fasting, so nobody's eating at the moment. There's coriander there, there's parsley, these oranges, which I've shown you before for juicing, and lovely melons. So we've seen the watermelons. These are a different sort of melon, probably for juice, I think, but again, it's that time of year. So all these pictures that you can see here, the tents and the pictures on the floor, people pay 5 dirham to rent a pitch. And all of this stuff, as I said, is fruit and veg that's grown in Morocco. So Morocco has a huge agriculture and it goes a lot towards the gross domestic product of the country. So there's a lot of income generated by produce, and as you can see, it's all beautifully fresh. All this beautiful fruit, all ready for juicing later. Bananas there. Got some gorgeous avocados all laid out here. Look. Kiwi fruit, pineapple, pears. Some peaches, nectarines, apples, and of course the popular oranges. And there are people here with carts. Bonjour. People here with carts ready to take your stuff to your car so that you don't even have to carry it back to the car. So here we have cookies and some dates, of course, for later, very important for iftar and fitour. Sweets up there and some nuts, but mainly dates here, look, and lots of different kinds of dates. Here there are some lovely spices, again look, turmeric, you can buy as much as you like, that beautiful yellow colour. Cumin, some little bottles to put it in. Some pulses and grains down here, and some tea. All sorts of lovely things, and guess what we have here, look, Shabakia. The wasps are getting in there, but of course that's covered in honey, that's why. So this is the part of the market where they sell barley and wheat. So people bring this in big bags. You can see, look, these big bags. We've got some wheat here and barley here. And it's sold like this. People buy big bags of it and then they take it to a place locally where they get it milled into flour. But nobody here buys a £1 bag of flour off the shelf in the supermarket. They buy it in big quantities and keep it in their big plastic buckets in their kitchens. Here you can see, down here, if you follow me down, this is the watermelon that I bought earlier. So it's nice and big, it's still got the leaves on there, and hopefully that will make nice juice for later. You can see probably we've missed the busiest part of the day here. I think people come early. $17 kilos. 70. So this is the container that they use to measure the wheat and the barley. There seems to be a bit of a disagreement about how much is actually in here, ranging from 15 to 17 kilos, but the price you pay for this is 70 dirham, which is reasonably cheap, I think, when you think how much wheat and barley you're getting and how much flour you will get out of that. It's called jellaba. Don't know if I pronounced that right, but that's what it's called. So here we are in the meat section of the market. I don't want to show you too much because I respect people who perhaps don't want to see that, but here we have a big chunk of beef in front of me. This is like the big block of wood that the butchers here use to chop the meat, so I'm not going to give it a go, but you can get the picture. Here's the meat, here's the knife, kind of like that. It's clearly been used a lot, and it's good, wearing well, I think. But as I say, I'm not going to share too much of this with you because I know that people might not appreciate seeing it. Just so that you know, there is a particular part of the market here where all the meat is sold. So there's beef here, there's lamb, there's goat, And it's all killed obviously in a halal way because the majority of people here are Muslims and that's how they eat their meat. So it's busy. There's a lot of noise going on in the background, a lot of shouting about the price of the meat and who wants what. Have a quick look around. So we're still in the meat section of the market, but this man, you can see, is sharpening knives. So obviously the butcher's knives have to be kept very sharp. So he's here making his money out of sharpening their knives for them. So here we are, we've moved into the chicken part of the market now, chicken and turkey actually. And I'm here behind the counter in this particular area with this chap here, whose name I don't know. Yeah, Smith. Ardwan. Yeah. So he's wrapping up the turkey and selling it to this lady here. But you're selling turkey to this lady here. You can see there's chicken, there's turkey, big turkeys, very popular here, and people are buying for iftar later. It's all going on around me. Oh, here we go. Will I make a good butcher or what?
Two kilo Mariam.
2 kilos of turkey coming up.
Yeah. ولا تبري على تخدمها في الانجليز قول له. ها؟ ولا تبري على تخدمها في الانجليز. هي راه عايشه في المغرب راه عايشه في المغرب دابا. فين بلاصه؟ عايشه هنا في جده ولا الصويره؟ ادينا. ديوان. غير 2 كيلو سمير. غير 2 كيلو. الله كريم صادق. هنا في مريم.
So we've got our turkey, now we're here getting chicken. So we're here with Mustafa buying a chicken which we're going to cook later. We're going to cook it whole, so we're not going to chop that up here, we're going to take it away like that. All of these people here have come from all around the region, so some of them have travelled quite a long way to get here. As the people who come to buy things, but they have all this lovely produce with them, the turkeys, the chicken, all very fresh and beautiful. Here's the scales. I think they sell it by weight, so we're going to put the chicken on the scales. Just see how much it is. It's just over a kilo, 1.2 kilos of chicken there. Not sure how much that costs, but a reasonable price, I'm sure. Mustafa, shahal.
كيلو.
شحال؟
500.
500.
وهذه شحال فيها؟ 600.
30 dirham for this chicken. So in pounds, that is probably about £2.50, just under £3 maybe. So quite reasonable for a chicken. This area of the market is normally bustling and busy, but in Ramadan, of course, it is completely quiet because nobody's eating. So you'll see here there are like barbecue things. As I say, normally they would be lit, fired up, ready for perhaps the workers in the market, so the people that are selling things, maybe people who've come a long way to buy stuff, and they go into the meat market, they buy chicken maybe, they buy turkey, they buy meat and vegetables, and then they bring them here. So you can see just over there is the meat market, so very close to where you can bring it and cook it. So people either come here with their food and they cook it themselves, or usually there are people here who you can give the food to, and they will cook you tagine, or maybe kebabs, chicken kebabs, turkey kebabs perhaps, and then people have something to eat while they're here. As I said before, some people have travelled a long way to get here, so by the time they arrive they're hungry, they want food at lunchtime maybe, and they want something perhaps for dinner because it might be late before they get back. So very quiet today, but come the end of Ramadan, this part of the market will be bustling again and full of people enjoying some of the produce that they've bought here before they go either home or before they buy what they've come to buy. So, it doesn't look like much at the moment, but if you'd been here at dawn this morning, you would have seen this place full of cows, sheep, goats, and the people who've come, some of them a long way from the mountains to sell those animals, and this is the place where those transactions happen. So if you want to buy a sheep, a goat or a cow, come here at dawn and there will be plenty to choose from. You can see now, of course, that all those people have gone, so they've come here to sell their animals so that they can then go to the market, buy the produce, buy the wheat, the barley, buy the meat that we've seen maybe to take back with them to the mountains. So they will be long gone by now because they have a long trek to get back home. You might be wondering why there are rocks all over the place. That's for them to sit on. So when people come, they bring their animals, they sit themselves down here and they wait for people to come along and buy their animals from them. Now, of course, it's empty because, as I say, they're all on their way home back to the mountains or wherever it is that they came from this morning to the market.